Louis Panzer, the Executive Director of North Carolina 811. He's here to answer all your questions about digging on your property. So let's start here. Where can we learn more about 811?
So yes, that's great. Our website is nc811.org, and they can go there and get a wealth of information about the process, about the free app that they can download to their phone as well that can tell them about activity that's happening around them, which is very helpful to know as well.
All right. And jumping over to our question, someone asked, does it cost for you all to come out?
Yeah, that's a great question. First of all, NC811 doesn't actually do the markings on the ground. Some people may misunderstand, but we are more the communication hub. So it is free for you to contact us, and the utilities will come out, or their representatives through a contract locator, for example, will come out and mark, and that does not cost you anything. The utilities bear the costs of this whole process in order to protect their facilities and you.
Okay. Next question. What are the minimum depths required for a utility installation?
So those are going to vary based on the type of facility. There are installation standards that are going to be different for gas. They're going to be different for electric and telecommunications, especially as once it comes off of the right of way to the home. It may be shallower than it is in the right of way. But I typically 36 inches is a depth that for electric and for gas installation at minimum. And a lot of times the water will be much deeper than that.
And we also chatted between breaks. You were talking about the amount of work taking place around the state. Kind of touch.
Yeah, it's a tremendous. I think a lot of folks may not realize, but we take about 2.6 million individual requests for excavation in a year. That means that for each of those requests, as I said before, about 5 or 6 utilities will respond. So we're talking, 12 to 13 million opportunities for somebody to create a situation where there could be an issue. So your responsibility as the excavator is really to be one of those people making that notification and waiting and then respecting those marks and digging with care for sure. But it's a tremendous amount of activity happening.
All right. Here's another question. Is there a penalty if you hit an underground line for digging? And if not, why?
So there is an enforcement board in North Carolina. This is also covered under the statute. It's called the Underground Damage Prevention Review Board, and there's information that can be found there as well from our website. But basically, the enforcement system in North Carolina is a complaint-based system. So basically, if you see somebody doing something that's not covered under the statute, digging without calling, not waiting, etc. There is a process by which you can file a complaint, and this is a 15-person governor-appointed board which reviews all those complaints. There can be a financial penalty to you if you cut a facility and you have not taken the proper steps in advance to protect, using the call before you dig, the wait. And again, even if they have not showed up to market, you really are requested and required under the statute as an excavator to make a 3-hour notice to allow them that 3 hours to get out.
All right. Thank you so much.